outside the now-shuttered Suihiro Cafe in Little Tokyo. The restaurant moved after a long legal battle and eviction by landlord Tony Spurl. And local activists say it's the latest victim of a growing problem.
So many of our historic communities are being ravaged by gentrification, forcibly evicted due to landlords wanting to kick them out and bring in quote-unquote better businesses that might make more profit.
I feel very sad people leaving, disappearing from our Japanese community.
They actually shut down the First Street, so they wanted me to go there and speak, and so I did.
My name is Kenji Suzuki. I'm a second-generation Suihiro owner. It was originally opened by my mother and my aunt in 1972.
It was started by two people that have absolutely no business experience or restaurant experience. It was never taught to her how to do things. She had to create her own system. You know, being a minority, being a female, not speaking the language. We were in debt, we weren't making any money. How does she do it? Pure hard work and just not giving up, not knowing that she could quit. Suihiro has a very, very loyal followers. My mom and my aunt really grabbed the hearts and souls of the customers. Without knowing, we became part of Little Tokyo culture and its history. Everybody somewhere, somehow had contributed something to the menu. If you had to categorize us, I think it would be comfort food, home cooked meal. Like if you go to Japan and if you go to a friend's house, food that you would get there is the kind of food that we have here. Ever since my 6th grade summer vacations, they started teaching me how to cook. I came back when I was in my early 30s, and I could see how much my mother had changed. She was getting older, more frail. When she retired, I took it over. As long as my mother was alive, I didn't want to have to close down, Suihiro. I still feel like Suihiro is not my restaurant. I always feel like it's my mother's restaurant. When I had heard that she had passed away, it was one of those kind of a bittersweet moments. It's sad that you lost your mom. It was almost a relief that I was able to still keep Suihiro open while she was still alive. We originally had signed a lease with the parents of the current landlord. Very kind, very community-oriented. Right around the time that COVID was starting to wind down a little bit, we could actually see the light at the end of the tunnel. When they passed away and it went to the son, he had different visions of that location. Got to a point where I had to hire an attorney. Last year, I was interviewed by LA Times reporter. He goes, "Did you know that back in 2018, my landlord had submitted an application for a marijuana dispensary store using our address?"
My name is Clifford Zhao. I'm an attorney. The landlord, he alleged that Kenji was not paying his rent. Kenji was paying the rent, but he just wasn't cashing it. Kenji was willing to pay whatever was required. The landlord just simply didn't want to negotiate.
There were just, so many people that actually came out for the protests. And after that, it was just a matter of trying to find a new location and trying to, starting over. The weight of financial burdens, the lack of hopefulness became so heavy that I felt like my legs were like in cement. I would get up in the morning and I would try to take a step and my legs won't move. It's been like that since 2020. If I'm doing this for myself, I would have quit a long time ago. I'm not that important of a person to work this hard for. Suihiro without Little Tokyo is really not Suihiro. It was a well-established restaurant. We don't have the customers. We don't have the foot traffic that we did in Little Tokyo. When I see my mom, it kind of gives me the chills sometimes. She would look at me and says, "You're not doing, you should be working harder. You should be doing better." I think my main motivation is just
not wanting to let people down. We've received a lot of messages from so many people thanking us for all the memories that they had, times that they had their first date or the first time they brought their kids. When I started to read these letters, I realized, gosh, you know what? We are the caretakers of people's memories. You know, what if Suihiro ended and that was it?
I felt sad that I couldn't protect their memories from our landlord. Some people actually, you know, they grew up at our store. All that memory is leaving us. All the memories that actually was ingrained in the walls of Suihiro. When I used to spend a lot of time down here, I thought, hey, it would be neat to put a booth here, right? Then I thought, well, you know what, maybe we'll make it into like a museum. Like we can bring a lot more stuff down here. Like even the lights, we brought this one over from Suihiro as well. 5 to 10 years, I may not be around. I don't know. Restaurant owners don't live that long because of the high stress. I never really thought about how I want to be remembered because I don't feel I'm that interesting. When I first came to Suihiro as an adult, I started to take over certain responsibilities that my mom had, community-oriented relations. Funerals of other business owners that passed away. The people that was really loved and respected in the community, they said some very, very touching words. And I thought, wow, because people die and they move on, they never get to hear this, right? But the words are very beautiful. It's very inspirational. The mood for this restaurant is you just have to move on. You got to keep going. And I tell myself, I can't quit because my mother won't let me quit. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking to myself, oh damn, I woke up again. Because I was hoping I would just die in my sleep. I mean, it got that bad sometimes. I would sometimes be by myself here and in a not so particularly good evening when everybody's gone and I want to quit. I look at my mom and she tells me I got to do better. So I have to move on. We were the caretakers of their memories from the old store, but now I got to create a space where people can create new ones. And that's what we're doing now. Hopefully, within the next few years, we'll be, part of the Heart of Little Tokyo location again.